stale, old, like rolled gold, told, sold, gold, bold, understanding, communication, humanity. We have come miles.
Infinite. Infinity. But can anything exist in the infinite? Many say life is infinite. Guess it continues to grow, but there's an end to every living thing to make room for another. So what if the non-living are... Even if they are destroyed, they are only rearranged. So their original particles will always exist somewhere. Life has an end, but their end exists continuously in a stationary form on Earth, as far as we know. Maybe only non-living things exist continuously, where the living, growing things continue to cease. In that case, a rock is infinite. How do you define the infinite, though? Is the infinite something that continues to grow, which doesn't exist since all life ends sometime?
Planet Zeon. Meanwhile, on planet Zeon.
Captain, I'm picking up a subspace distress call.
Oh, get those alien lizard wots if it's the last thing I do. That's right. It's our mission on Zeon. Secure the prison complex. Oh, get secure the prison complex. Secure theft. Protect yourself. Talk to mine, Bender. What is that?
Let's get it. Let him go. It's Commander Starfire.
Halt! Is this the Starcops? Oh! Secure premises! Secure the premises! Out in Zeon's red desert. People generally live long.
Into the stars.
Meanwhile, on the Zeon Colony.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. I need to scan your barcode. Now that is strange. There must be something wrong with the computer banks where they didn't scan you correctly. We might have to read catalog, but I have to ask the captain about that. And once again, he's a difficult man to get a hold of these days. We have to get you approved with a licensed sergeant doctor.
The licensed sergeant doctor, I didn't even want them to put this damn barcode tattoo on my hand in the first place. Anyway, you can't fit me for a job. Don't I have freedom of choice in what I decide what to do, or I have to be at the mercy of what you tell me to do? Maybe you choose something for me to do that I'm not qualified, or something that I could be so much more valuable to you doing something else than you. Seriously, I did not want this barcode thing on my hand. Sounds like your technological standards for society have become so oppressively inhumane that this futuristic society has brought on its own problems. Things wouldn't be so complicated if you didn't rely on computers for everything. Rejection from women in the economic workforce system have alienated me and driven me more insane than anything else possibly could, no matter what other pollutants my mind may or may not have encountered in this environment. There needs to be more room for compassion to grow in our cold industrialized society. I do not create the economic problems of society, but I become a victim of poverty the more I buy into their system. They refuse to support the rich, and they will deny my right to earn a living. It seems like the harder I work, the more I'm working to empower them, and then it's not making enough money to survive no matter how hard or how much I work anyway.
You should be happy with any job you can find, considering they're so scarce these days.
You're saying I should just accept inhumane living conditions and be thankful for having a job no matter how decrepit it is, when being overworked and underpaid is the true cause of all my pain and suffering? It's like a nightmare I cannot wake up from, and nobody believes me when I try to warn the silent majority that they are slaves to poverty, and economic slavery is inhumane. Maybe they are in denial, or maybe they're just afraid to speak out against the establishment from fear of retribution. You wonder why I have such a defeatist attitude? Look around you. My ultimate fear is coming true. The second I buy into the notion that I should accept things for how they are instead of rebelling in order to change things for the better, is the second I let the system take advantage of me. If I don't speak up for my rights, then I lose them.
The more you complain, the less you complain, the less likely people will listen. And if you do listen, then they'll be less sympathetic to your situation and more liable to complain about what bothers them.
Okay, that's... They can't tell me how to feel, no matter how much I want to give up on the struggle to survive sometimes.
Crimson, why are you so depressed and self-destructive?
Weren't you listening? We've already established that the source of my depression is a direct result of me not being able to find a way to make a full-time living with my talents in art, music, and video production that have any benefits.
You get a prescription for your depression. They make medication for that, you know, once you find a job and qualify.
You're missing the point. It's too expensive. Besides, I've gone to psychiatrists before, and they were too quick to assume they could medicate my depression instead of addressing the real source of my unhappiness that cannot be changed, since it's so deeply connected with economic issues of society. We're just guinea pigs to the medical establishment. They prescribed me Xylon, which was later found to be the cause of suicidal tendencies in young adults. They think that they know everything, but they don't. It's outrageous how society expects us to trust random strangers with our lives almost on a daily basis. The only substance that cured my depression was made illegal decades ago. I found this out accidentally through the government's psychological seed cure interrogation process when they dosed me with WOW. It was called World of Wonders because it enabled me to appreciate the beauty in life through a newly refreshed perspective. You were trying to get me to reveal the location of the planet of the gnomes, and the whole it's an artistic utopian society where people are not necessarily just free to expand their minds with various indicative substances and plant derivatives, but they're also free to be creative and share ideas peacefully because a violent force hasn't come in and tried to control it, you know, for greed and materialistic possession. That's why I can't reveal the location even under the interrogation process of the planet of the gnomes, because if violence comes into the utopian society, it'll ruin the whole peaceful collaboration of the utopian society once people try to wage war for materialistic gain. It was also the only thing that made the suicidal thoughts cease when I learned to appreciate how fragile and temporary life is, and it helped me see that
We were meant to enjoy things more than industrialized society usually allows. Then the government declared it too unpredictable and made it illegal after further experimentation, showed increased rates of anxiety in some subjects and antisocial behavior. The only thing I started to worry about was running out of time. We all have such a limited amount of time to make a difference in this world that it's naturally going to be a source of anxiety. They also found that WoW World of Wonders, the psychological seed cure they developed, which the ingredients were classified, they would not tell me, which ended up being the psychic substance, helped people with schizophrenia become more coherent, and it started to be recognized as an effective treatment for extremely powerful migraine headaches and manic depression. And inspiration comes from pain as well as pleasure. I always run out of time, money, energy, and no matter how hard or fast I work, but I never run out of inspiration, and that's why I need a job that appreciates my creativity. If only I could get paid for my inspiration.
To be realistic, Crimson, the only jobs we can get you are Starcop security positions.
Well done.
Oh, Jeezel. If it's based on... I don't need anyone to make my decisions for me. The medical establishment doesn't realize that it's the real problem if it's based on greed and population control. People think drug dealers are so bad, but you can tell them no and they'll walk away because it's too much of a risk to waste their time on someone who doesn't want their product. But the real drug dealers are the corporations that push their advertising agendas on the medical establishment. They care more about profits than the people's health and well-being. If you tell them no, they don't stop, even when they have an invested interest in what they're doing, even if they haven't researched all the ramifications. And they get your money because they leave you with no other choice. It's my body, so it should be my decision alone what substances I'm going to consume. However, they take away that right to decide with freedom of choice by making things legal for no reason other than financial gain.
Can I get you to talk about something else for a change? Talk about something else for a change besides your conspiracy theories? I'm not out to harm you. You think everyone is against you?
I can't afford to let myself become angry or bitter about rejection because I'll have to face the harsh reality of loneliness anyway, no matter how much I try to escape. Zeon's psychological treatments and medications are only a temporary escape, not a solution. It's like they're a looming bully. They think they know what's best for me, but they don't really know for me sure, and the best thing is since they don't have to live my life, so why should I trust them when they don't care? I feel like a bug being pressed down the ground by a giant alien green thumb. I'm allowed to get up for a little while just to look around, but not to leave, and I'm just stuck there. Yeah, unhappily in a distant colony. Once I see the other life over the cliff, I'm picked up by the omnipotent thumb and forced back into the ground before I can even formulate a plan on how to escape to the free colony next time I ever get a chance to see what freedom looks like again.
Maybe you're more unappreciated than underpaid.
I know, tell me about it. An artist, musician, poet, cameraman, and writer all in one like me would be a bargain for the entertainment industry. I'm a one-man talent show. They could save money by letting me record the soundtrack and do the artwork myself for the set design instead of having to outsource the job to less realistic-looking creations by computers and monotonously synthetic digital images. Please help me get that job. I'll be eternally more valuable to society as an individual who can think and make humane decisions instead of a robot limited to the same types of programming. Society would be more grateful if the industrialization of our world didn't prevent me from being more compassionate and helpful. Oh, that reminds me, Glitch. Am I your prisoner?
What do you mean now, Crimson?
Well, if I don't want to become a Starcop, then I'm free to go, right?
No, you little... You're free to starve if you don't have a job.
I need a lawyer because I'm pretty sure that I'm still well within my rights to know what I've been charged with, or you can't keep me here and I can leave any time.
You couldn't afford a lawyer right now because you're unemployed, and I doubt you're going to jump out of this hover car while we're in flight, so that puts me in charge for now. I'm trying to help you find employment. Relax. It's just that most of the better paying careers with benefits are Starcop positions in senior chief executive offices.
Please spare me the lecture. If I were in charge, I'd make it a law that any college graduate who has paid the bureaucratic system for an education should be guaranteed a position after graduation in the field of study that student specialized in, or another job that would financially reward the graduate slightly more than a non-graduate, at least for comparable skills, so the college experience doesn't end up being a waste of time, funds, and resources. Employers should be expected to pay college graduates more than minimum wage for a job that requires more skills in an entry-level position. I'd make it so teachers, poets, artists, musicians, and philosophers could be paid paid hourly for their thoughts if they have more to contribute for the cultural evolution of society. And truly talented people could earn almost as much money, if not more, as most famous celebrities. Some worked hard to get into the business and sacrificed almost everything, while others inherited such power through self-proclaimed ignorant attitudes of entitlement by traditions of royalty. Just because someone is rich and powerful does not necessarily mean that they are intelligent or trustworthy when making decisions for the rest of humanity. I make it so a person has to go through a psychological test in order to gain access to a gun, or maybe a drug test screening for some jobs, but not all of them, depending on which skills were utilized more or less. Maybe the owner who built the businesses from the scratch deserves to make more than the average lower income level worker, but there is a social responsibility that the employer inherits to ensure that the workers aren't exploited by not being paid enough to exist alone. This is necessary in order to keep the workers happy and businesses running smoothly, but they shouldn't charge more for their products than the average worker at their store could afford. Maybe a background check would be required for security jobs, but not necessarily for physical labor jobs that need more manpower than individual skills. But a person's putting extra strain on their body to be paid a little bit more than a person who sits there and doesn't risk themselves getting hurt. We have to think in practical terms before we think big. Everyone needs options to exist, and we can't make standards so oppressive that they disregard large parts of the population. People are a natural resource.
You're thinking in small terms, Crimson. Let's go to try and contact the boss and see what he says we should do.
I was afraid you'd say that. What's that?
Incoming call.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, that is unfortunate. Radiation contamination understood, sir. I'm turning around now.
What is it, Glitch?
That was my new boss, Blaze. He said that Captain Starfire, my friend Nick, and the others from my precinct are all dead. They were killed in the explosion. I guess they couldn't stop the bomb in time. I'm the last one left of my entire Starcop unit.
Oh my god, that's horrible. What about Max? Are there any survivors?
Don't know anything yet. They don't even know if Max or anyone got through there before the gate blew up. It's quarantined for contamination from radiation, so we have to go back to the city of Zax anyways.
Wow, that's a tragic blow to the Zeon Colony's Starcop Patrol. Will there be a memorial service?
So I'll see if you're invited.
Thanks. I'd like to go. They were, after all, just doing their jobs.
Let's go home, wherever that is, Crimson.
I've been moved around by others so much in my life that I can't even keep track of where I belong anymore.
Drop you off somewhere then, I guess. Unless you wanted to stay here.
I don't want to inconvenience you anymore. I'm tired of being a burden. Nobody is perfect all the time, but everything has a consequence. Who are we to judge? If we can plan our consequences, then we control our fear of the unknown. Some people respond to fear with panic, while others react to fear with aggression. But once you realize that the fear is the only real enemy, then it has no power over you if you can learn to not react to fear with any negativity at all.
Smart person to play dumb. It takes a smart person to know when to play dumb.
What exactly are you referring to, Glitch?
That was my new boss. They call him Blaze at the office, and he likes glazed donuts. So we made a funny rap song about him that goes, Blaze craze, what's the new phase? When you're tugging around in a paisley haze, hold your breath and contemplate alternate realities.
I don't get it.
It's an inside Starcop joke that you wouldn't understand.
I know, it's just a figure of speech. While money remains the same limited symbol of slavery and the root of all evil. It has been said billions of times before. That's why there needs to be a better way to survive, and I'll figure out an alternative if I have to die trying. What do I do when nobody cares about my college degree enough to pay me what I need to survive for it anyway? No matter where I go, no amount of hard work ever seems to be good enough, especially when you're a perfectionist. Perfectionists are their own worst enemies. I can't blame myself any longer. I did what society told me to do, and none of it works well enough to make a stable living. I just wish people wanted my artwork as much as they want money. If I could trade artwork instead of money to survive, then I would have it made. I'm no stranger to hard work. After all, I've proven my work ethic time and time again with 27 different jobs. And the fact that I earn a college degree is proof that I'm not an idiot.
Don't beat yourself up. I need to do that. Don't beat yourself up over it. You'll find something better out there. It's only a matter of time before someone appreciates your full potential enough to compensate you financially for your skills. It's not your fault they haven't recognized you yet. Speaking of time, my time is limited by money, and my budget is limited by time, so they don't even pay me enough to escort you around. I would have to drop you off somewhere.
How about over here in the Mystic Zen Den district?
Are you sure? It's in kind of a rough neighborhood. I might be able to afford to pay for you to stay somewhere if you could pay me back.
It's alright. I'd rather not owe you money since you and I know there's no way of telling how long I'll be out of a job anyways. I only care about money because society expects me to care about it in order to survive. But why should I care about something that doesn't care about me? People's freedom is more important to me than making more money. Besides, your ancient Ashkosh libraries are located on the outskirts of Zox in that sector. They have sanctuaries there. Those abandoned churches were meant to be shelters for the poor.
I'll drop you off there if you think it's safe enough. But let me know if you're willing to change your mind and I'll see if I can find a better place for you to stay later.
Don't bother, I'll be fine in the destitute sanctuary of the Mystic Zen Den district. It's a sanctimonious asylum. Alright.
Thanks for the lift. Call me back again so we can tag on your progress tomorrow at noon. Okay. I'll get off here. See you later.
Many others.
Oh, what happened to him? I guess just another unfortunate victim of the Starcop of the war. I don't really want a weapon. It's this way. Must be some sort of ancient temple. Wait, who are you? Hey, you look like me. I am you. From the future. Of a parallel universe. But you tried to kill me.
Always exist in reality.
The people that know me here as Wretch.
Solitary form.
I was formerly in another life. You in the past. You were suicidal. Oh wait, that does make sense. That means I was trying to kill you in the past. It was really me. You're me in the future? It's confusing. In a parallel universe. But if you'll excuse me, I must go. But if you're me from the future, then I should care about you, even though you try to kill. I'm not here to harm you. I have another mission. Must return to the Zeon complex. But come back. For a momentary period of time. And hover there for a moment before coming down in order to bounce back from place to place again. Meanwhile, down on the surface of the red hot planet Zeon, a recently abducted and banished Captain Reg. Meanwhile, down on the surface of the hot red planet, recently abducted, banished Captain Reg, formerly Starcop. Prisoner wandered through the maroon desert wind while the sun cleared up the clouds in a phosphorescent storm. Wonder what happened to you?
And why should the journeyman not strive to be achieved in a realm of this ever-changing area? Like nature, if he is overcome, then he is laid to decompose as waste by the hand of it. But if he achieves to continually adapt, he will then grow with the change and become a part of this great strength.
The
turn now to two men passing in the desert. One old and gray, one youthful and vigorous.
Pardon me, sir. Where are you going?
I'm going to the Great Rock.
Why, do you mean that bursting upheaval of a maroon groove in Rocky Point on the plateau?
That I do, sir. And if you will let me, I must go.
But don't you realize that the crimson lava spew from the fluorescent yellow crystal in the middle means certain death?
Yes, I do.
Then why must you go?
It is natural for you as a boy to fear such an awesome thing because your realization of my position would be premature. But you must understand that to all things there must be an end, so as to make room for youth like you. And this end I have realized.
But you will be disintegrated and thrust out onto the earth by its crimson power.
That is the nature of things, the nature of death. And so it is to become one with his great power.
Please do reconsider. For myself, being a compassionate person, does feel for you.
Goodbye for now. Perhaps I will see you later on in my journey.
Later on your journey? You're about to end your life, much less your journey.
On the contrary, my friend.
Later on your journey? You're about to end your life, much less your journey.
On the contrary, my friend. My life is just beginning, in a new state, and my journey is infinite.
This I do not understand, but you may do as you please.
You will understand, boy.
All in good time.
So, I hope you farewell.
You too. Goodbye.
Good destiny.
Infinity.
Life ends sometime.
Planet Zeon.